Hi and welcome to another episode. Well, last night I did something absolutely stupid. I'm officially on summer break now to the end of January, so that means I can stay up as late as I like, not having to worry about going to work the next morning. Now, I did something very, very stupid. I thought I would watch 5 episodes. Yes, 5 episodes of Polo. Really? What made me do that? God only knows. I was curious. Of course I'm curious. I was curious when I bought the stupid book Spare. Anywho, let's get into it, hey? What a whole lot of crap. Ever since I developed pneumonia, I've also developed dry eye. Interesting how the body works. But I have to put in eye drops twice a day. Now, after watching this utter shit show of a show, if that's what you want to call it, I felt like putting my head under the tap and washing my eyes out for hours because it was just utter shit. Rich people throwing money around, sniffing money, rocking up in their fancy cars, wearing designer clothes, prancing around, men taking off their shirts, women drooling all over them, waiting to lick the sweat off them because let's try and make Polo sexy. But of course, Megan is used to that, being an ex-yacht girl, isn't she? She always wants to lick the sweat off some man because that's how she gets somewhere in life. That's just my opinion. But anyhow, it was a whole lot of crap. It was a waste of 5 hours. I could have just went to bed, went to sleep and woke up a lot happier than I did. They didn't actually say anything about the sport, just these rich people saying that they live, dream and eat polo. Like, who is going to resonate with that kind of a sport? Are they trying to recruit rich people to play the sport so they can make more money? I can't believe Netflix handed over the amount of money they did for this stupid series to these two numbnuts, and it's just a crap show. I really want to clear my ears out for the crap I've seen. And one of the main characters, the guy that keeps taking his top off, he's actually a serial cheater, cheats on all his wives. Apparently he's had 3 wives, and he's also a wife beater. You see, these are the people that Harry and Meghan always like to hang out with. Criminals, people with criminal pasts. Now, it's not up to me how people spend their money, but if you're filthy rich, instead of abusing these poor horses, because to me that's animal cruelty, but that's just my opinion, why not do good things in the world? Help homeless people that can't pay their bills. How about the Barker people? Do they just forget all these people and leave them all behind? Of course they do, because all they care about is their pocket. Harry and Meghan don't give 2 shits about what anyone says about them, because it's plain and simple about that. They just say shit when they're on stage or getting interviewed to make others think that they care what's been said about them. They don't give a shit. They care about what goes in their pocket. Because if they really cared about what people are saying about them, he had a perfect opportunity to address the rumours that Meghan didn't carry Archie and Lily. But no, he didn't. He avoided it like the plague, like I've said before. Anyhow, enough on that Polo absolute bullshit. I mean, make your own mind up. If you want to go watch it, go right ahead. But you're going to be wasting your time, and that's just my opinion. But nevertheless, it's out there, and it hasn't got very good reviews, actually, at this point in time. Because who does it appeal to? It's not like it's David Beckham and his soccer career. I mean, of course I watched all that. And gave it a raving review because it was worth it. It's David Beckham, of course. Harry is not going to get the same audience. He's not going to get the same, good vibes from it or good rapport from it. Absolutely not. Now, something else I was thinking about the other day. Remember the 2 miscarriages that Meghan apparently had? Now, from a very good source was put out there, a number of years ago, obviously before they got married, that Meghan said she was pregnant prior to getting married, and that's why they rushed the wedding, apparently. And conveniently, Meghan happened to miscarry, apparently the day before the wedding, but yet she wore white. Okay. Now, was that planted there to say, oh, look, Meghan can get pregnant? And then mysteriously, she just happened to walk past Harry and another baby was conceived. Archie, 9 months later, pops out. From Meghan? I don't think so, in my opinion. I think we all know the answer to that one. But then in between Archie and Lily, there was another miscarriage, wasn't there? Miraculously, there's another miscarriage. And the story between those two, that miscarriage, is different every time she has said it. There's two different stories about who was there and what happened. I was clutching my belly as I was holding one. I was losing another one. Another story that was planted out there to say, well, of course Meghan carried Archie because she just had a miscarriage. Another plant from Meghan and Harry. Because then they went on to tell us, and we're meant to believe all this bullshit, that Harry buried that baby underneath a tree. We know that's illegal. We know that's bullshit. If she did really have these two miscarriages, why leak them to the press? Why give these interviews? Why put that out there? Why not keep it between you and your husband? They planted that clearly for us to believe the other two pregnancies were from Meghan. Now, I know I keep banging on about the pregnancies, and I'm going to keep banging on about it until I draw breath, because this needs to actually be resolved sooner rather than later. I have written twice to the King, very long letters. I did get one reply from, well, I don't know if it's from him or his secretary or whoever, for thanking me for the letter, etc. But in those letters, I don't know whether you want me to read them to you or not. One of them's quite long, but let me know in the comments at a later date. I may read them to you. That he needs to address this. Now, did they use his fertility clinic that the King owns and has a lot to do with, obviously? And is that why he lets them get away with all this bullshit? Because I'm getting really sick and tired, and I know a lot of people are saying King Charles should do this, King Charles should do that, and he probably should put all the rumours to rest, etc., or make Harry put them to rest. Nudge him along. I know a parent can't tell their adult child what to do, etc. I understand that. But this is absolute bullshit. How long does this go on for? Are we going to be here in another 6 years still saying the same thing? Are we going to be here when Archie's 12 and has read all these articles, and has, asked his mother, how come you wanted to kill yourself? And me, apparently, the baby bump, when you were pregnant with me, why did you want to unalive yourself? How much damage do those two children need to have? Because the longer this goes, the more damage is going to occur to the royal family, the more damage is going to occur to those two children. And of course, the line of succession is still there, and they are on there. So how long does this go for? Does the King, I'm really, really conflicted, because I love the royal family. Like I've said in many, many videos, I love the late Queen. My father was in World War II. He actually had met the Queen as well. I can't believe that 70 years of her service is going to go to shit because these two clowns are making a mockery of something that's so beautiful as the royal family and so prestigious, but they're allowed to mock them so much in a way that's unforgivable. Like, when does it stop? When is it time for them to stop? I like King Charles. I think he's done a wonderful thing, done wonderful for the world with his charities and for the environment, etc., and how he supported his mum and all the rest of it. I think it's great that he's king not that we wanted to lose the Queen, but, you know, great that he was able to fulfill the role of king eventually in his lifetime. But there's that niggling thought that, you know, someone's got to step in and fix all this, whether it's him, whether it's William, whether it's one of them. I know it's not up to them to fix it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? How long does this charade go on? We need the likes of Catherine Tate and, you know, Mrs. Brown's boys to come and do some comedy about these two, because that's all they are, is comedy. At this point in time, all they are is comedy. They make you want to puke one minute and they just make you laugh the next because they're so stupid. When does it end? When does all this bullshit end? When is one of them going to put their hand up and go, yep, we're going to do a documentary about the truth about Archie and Lily. This is how they came into the world. Why can't they do that? They want to make billions of dollars. There you go. There's a documentary that people will watch. Why can't they just come clean? What's the big deal? They come clean, they take them off the line of succession. It makes headlines for a while, and then, you know, the next story comes along. It will be written down in the books of history, of course, because everything's written down in the books of history with the royal family. But why not just come clean, get it over and done with, take the band-aid off and do it? Why do we have to wait for the reporters that have actually got the proof? And Harry and Meghan know that they've got the proof. Why are they sitting on it? She made it quite obvious to the world that she was not carrying that child. Quite obvious. The way she was flicking her coat continuously. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I've got a baby in here. I'm pregnant. Can't you see I'm pregnant? She did it every single time. Like, really? It was so false. You know, she didn't even... Her chest didn't get any bigger. Her ankles didn't swell. We know it was false, in my opinion. Lots of people know it's false. Just come clean. You know, I think a lot of people would be happy if they come clean than us all being taken as fools. For now, it's been 6 years and we're still continuing